I'm Cairo 7 Pinpoint meteorologist Nick Allard.
It's 51 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Download our app to listen on your smartphone. Cairo Radio 97.3 FM. News and talk, powered by the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, I got it. All righty, here we go. Lots of news to get to. We've been here since 10:15 this morning. Tommy!
Hey!
Sucked the life right out of us. We had to come in for some big corporate meeting so we could learn the mission statement.
The only one I remember is entertain.
Couldn't hear you. I was underwater. What did you say?
The only one I remember, the only word I remember is entertain.
That
will do.
We all voted to get rid of the word class.
Yeah,
That was interesting.
It says a lot.
I found that to be a direct affront to this show. Oh, look, by the way,
vote.
By the way, those of you driving home, you know all those mission statement things that your business has? Just what a load. I mean, God bless the people in management because they have to do that sort of stuff. They run around looking for jobs.
But keep it at management.
Right, we don't need to know. We're down here in the coal mines.
Exactly, salt mines.
Salt mines down there. The coal miners that are driving around in those little low trucks with their lights on and their black lugs, think they know about mission statements? I don't know about
I'm here
that.
to inform, to explain, and to entertain all the coal miners.
If at any time we do not inform, entertain, or what else is it?
Explain.
Explain. Please write to it.
And never do it with class.
I didn't see Chris Martin there.
I didn't get invited.
All right, then. Here we go.
Wow. How low can you get not to be invited?
I'm happy that way.
All right, here we go. Amazon's big announcement is they're going to have 15,000 employees within a few years over there in Bellevue. Now, don't take this as a sign that they're pulling out of Seattle. They've got how many? 50,000 in Seattle?
Yeah, over 50,000. And even if some of the employees are moving from Seattle to Bellevue, there's a backfill in Seattle. So this is not seen as evidence of them withdrawing from Seattle. Instead, it's just making their footprint in the Puget Sound region even bigger.
Yeah, that's right. Good. All right.
And
So Bellevue has to get ready for this, obviously. But the nice thing is that they're going to have more employees living over in the Bellevue area and the surrounding areas of, Sammamish and Issaquah and stuff. That's good. They don't have to go over the bridge. That's good, and they can stay over there, and Bellevue can continue to enjoy all the taxes.
And just to put a sense of how many 15,000 is, if you take all the three top companies in Bellevue, that's how many this one company is going to deliver in the next couple of years. So, yeah, they're going to need to be infrastructure ready. One of the nice things for those of us who support public transit is that they are really pushing transit. They're trying to diminish their footprint. They're discouraging solo drivers coming to work. So they've aligned themselves with light rail stations. There's a big push because that may be too many cars for Bellevue to handle.
Yeah, at 15,000 employees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's double what their the top three companies combined.
Good for them. Okay, let's see. Anything else you want to say about it? Other than the fact that Amazon did pay taxes and they continue to pay taxes.
They paid something like 1.2% instead of the 27%, which is even lower than what Trump wanted. But other than that, they came out with some numbers, and the way they tried to establish, hey, we're paying some taxes. They projected ahead like 25 years. They counted a payroll, which they say is normally not done. It's an effort on their part to say, yeah, we do pay some taxes.
They paid $13 billion in taxes last year. They had $14 billion in profits. Because I added it up, and I looked at the study that was done where they paid federal payroll taxes, they paid sales taxes, duties taxes, and real estate taxes altogether added up to be $13.1 billion. Plus, they also paid taxes. Here's the interesting thing. Do you know that corporate taxes are private and non-disclosed?
Corporate taxes are private.
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, so how do we know about what they pay then?
Oh,
because they announce it.
There's a liberal think tank in Washington that had done some analysis to determine that they paid 0% in taxes.
I mean, where did they get the information? I mean, right now there's this entire economic study that says what they paid. By the way, Nicholas Kristof said on Twitter, "We're putting our kids in debt so that Amazon doesn't have to pay any federal taxes."
So they just worked with the law. Here's what they paid: $2.4 billion in payroll. They paid $1.6 billion in state and local. Hold on,
okay.
In payroll, they paid $9 billion into local governments as well in sales and duty. That's $13 billion altogether. They paid about $8 billion in taxes because what they're allowed to do is defer and write off. They continue to invest because what they decided they wanted to do was, we're going to take this money that we make, invest it, and we're going to build more, hire more people. And then people like Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren want you to believe they pay nothing in taxes.
So anybody who has employees collects the payroll tax and they give it to the IRS. So to announce that is ridiculous. That's not part of their federal tax rate. That's just what they get from the employees. Every company has a payroll tax that they collect from their employees and they pass on to the IRS. So, I mean, that's
no, they don't
that's
collect it
neither
from
here
their
nor
employees. They collect it from their customers, and then rather than giving it
payroll tax,
well, they get the customers give the business money to Amazon. Amazon takes it, and rather than giving it to the employee, they then pay the 6.2% to the federal government. Then the
gives
employee
it to the
takes
IRS.
The 6.2% then also goes to the federal government. That's so right. All that money goes, and it added up to be $2.4 billion. But to say that they don't pay any taxes is not to understand how it's established. And here it is quickly in 30 seconds. If you make $100 and then you reinvest a portion of it, the government allows you through research and development to write that off. If you buy a piece of capital equipment for this year and a couple more years, they're going to let you write it off immediately rather than taking it over a 5-year or a 7-year deferred payments on it. So all Amazon does, they make money and they spend it in order to grow Amazon. And they are just following the law, and those are the laws. You want to change the laws? Go ahead.
That's right.
But believe me, if they were somehow not paying any and finding some way of hiding the money or something, they would be on those guys so fast. They are just simply following the laws as they are written.
They made your $13 billion number is off. It's $13.3 billion of their pre-tax income. They have paid effective tax rate of 1.2% instead of the 27%. That's what the Seattle Times Business Reporter is reporting.
Okay,
they're playing with numbers.
And where do they get that? Where do they get that number from?
I don't know. You can ask Benjamin Romano.
Okay, if you got it from the Tax Institute Policy, whatever that group is, in
Regional Budget Office.
They're mostly working off. Also, Amazon put out a big press release to talk about how much
5
they
days
paid.
ago.
Yeah.
They said, "Hey, here's where the money is. Here's where it's going."
That's right. And so this is an analysis of that, saying it's all smoke and mirrors.
Okay, good. Well, I don't know. Obviously, they're writing some checks, or Seattle wouldn't be happy the fact that they spent $264 million was paid in taxes in Seattle and also in the state of Washington. Listen, you can't create this many jobs. Yeah. Can't create this many jobs without there being the additional spill-off of all the money that the government rips from the corporations. 500,000 people work for Microsoft, work for Amazon. $2 million downstream, or 2 million people downstream, meaning that you work there, but then you've got the guy that does the sort of side extra jobs that are also going through Amazon. So altogether, just a giant dynamism of Amazon. I think it's the second largest employer next to, was it Walmart?
Could be, yeah. I mean, they're a big one. We're just talking about federal taxes is what we're talking about. That's the blowback. They pay their state and local taxes.
And again, if they were somehow cheating the federal government, that would be front page. They're not. They're just following the laws. Change the laws if you want more money
it's
from
the
Amazon.
press release that they were trying to brag about how much they're paying that's bogus. That's what.
Oh, okay.
That's what the analysis.
All right, let's see. The DNC chair says
we've lost all of our listeners by now talking
No. It's just people like it, Tom.
10 minutes.
No, 10 minutes? That's 7 minutes. I spent 2 minutes telling you how stupid our mission statement is.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
No, I just keep hearing, and here's Trump. Biden says that they pay zero taxes. Warren says it, and Bernie Sanders. Just trying to shed a little light on the idea that they are paying taxes. Amazon, and now the DNC chair has saying we need to recanvass when it comes to Iowa. I'm going to go back in there and take a look at it because the New York Times has a story saying maybe it wasn't intentional, but there seems to be some miscounts and some other things that are causing some. Did you see that?
Yeah, this is all pretty minor. I think they just want to reassure people, so they're going to count them again. I don't think that anyone thinks it's clear. Both Buttigieg and Sanders are coming out right now. The latest is they'll both come out with about 10 delegates of the.
Well, it's that close,
delegates.
Aren't they? Just a tenth of a point away.
That's
from
right,
one
but
another?
it's not like you win. You know, like in electoral college, if you win, then you get all of the.
Yeah,
it's a division, so they'll get 10 delegates each apiece.
Right.
But still, to calling for them in recanvass is just sort of confirmation. Okay. We screwed up. Let's do this again one more time.
Here's Bernie.
So what I want to do today, 3 days late, is to thank the people of Iowa for the very strong victory they gave us at the Iowa caucuses on Monday night.
Yeah.
With some 97% of the precincts reporting where our campaign is winning the popular initial vote by some 6,000 votes. And when 6,000 more people come out for you in an election than your nearest opponent, we here in northern New England call that a victory.
But he didn't win.
Well, no. So if you have 6,000 all in one precinct, you only get that one precinct's delegates. That's what Bernie's sort of, kind of, I don't know if you
fudging.
Fudging or cheating on. That's not true. If all of them, you have to have it spread out, and so that's how you can have 6,000 more. But it turns out to be just so many precincts. But basically, I mean, it's he won or he tied. He and Buttigieg can both say they won Iowa and get a big boost.
Yeah.
Oops, except they didn't get a big boost because nobody knew for 3 or 4 days, and now we're deep into New Hampshire. However, surprise, surprise, the top 2 candidates right now in the latest poll in New Hampshire, Bernie Sanders and then Buttigieg.
Mm-hmm.
So
turnout was lower.
Turnout was lower than 2008, but about the same as 2016.
Yeah, 172,000 people. And the weather wasn't bad. I looked it up to see if so there are a hardy lot in Iowa.
Yeah,
it was in the 30s, but it wasn't snowing. It didn't stop people from getting together. Yeah. All right, well, good to know. Joe Biden says it wasn't exactly the best for him. In fact, I think they fired somebody.
24 hours later, they're still trying to figure out what happened in Iowa.
You mean your people, Joe?
This campaign.
At this rate, New Hampshire will be the first in the country to get the vote.
That's not bad.
What's that?
That's not a bad line.
That's
He's
not
still going to come forth.
I am not going to sugarcoat it. We took a gut punch in Iowa. The whole process took a gut punch. But look, this isn't the first time in my life I've been knocked down.
Or lost in Iowa.
And so that's right. And so he wants to be now the new comeback kid. That was what Bill Clinton resurrected. And he says, you know, you guys have a thing for comebacks, and boy, do I need one right now.
That's what he said?
He said he's the comeback kid. In effect,
That's a better cut than what Jacob got. Jacob, this is the second day that Tom has pointed out your deficiencies when it comes to these soundbites.
He's got a better side of the internet that he's seeing.
Where are you going?
It's the spin that I'm putting on it. I'm making Joe sound better.
He didn't say that.
He said he wants to be the comeback. He says, you guys have a thing for comebacks.
All right.
Yeah, in fact, maybe I should talk to Jacob before we start the show.
Yeah.
In case I've heard something that he hasn't.
We're trying to entertain, inform, and what
and
else?
Explain. I think we dropped the ball in the explaining part most of all.
All right, so Marysville's a native is stuck on board a ship. And I talked to Dory today. Dory's like, I love being on cruise ships. This is a 2-week cruise that this person signed up for, and the reason they did, because the money was cheap. Normally these January cruises, this is cheap stuff. I did one last year.
You loved it. You still haven't
hated
recovered.
every minute of it. All right, so this person's like, I'll go on. It's 2 weeks. How bad can it be? Now, if you have an outside cabin, you've got the little deck you can look out and stuff. That's fine. These people are internal, facing in, and they're not allowed out of their little tiny box.
They have to stay in their little room without a view.
Tom, it's not a room.
It's not even a room?
It doesn't feel like a room. I'll tell you right now. It's like there's a sink, then you get a little teeny shower,
like
your bed takes up everything, and then they go, here's a little table for you to sit at.
So this
write your last will and testament.
Marysville native. It's now a 28-day cruise within the confines of a jail cell, it sounds like. And as they say, if you pack for a 14-day trip and don't realize that you're going to spend 28 days until like day 13 or 14, you're going to be running out of clothes.
Yeah, to give you a little sink right there next to your bedstand,
right.
You can easily
What more
wash
do you
everything.
need?
Here's the captain of the Diamond Princess just announcing today that the people could leave the cabins for the first time. Oh, boy.
I finally managed to get the green light on allowing guests out of their cabins to get some fresh air in a regulated manner. I'm sure you will all agree that we will prioritize people living in inside cabins first, then ocean view, and then all the other cabins.
Did you see the movie? Did you see the movie Titanic?
No.
Okay, so of course you didn't. Everybody in the world did, but you.
I refused to see it.
Titanic, all the poor people, and mostly the Irish, they're all down below.
Steerage.
And so when it starts to sink, they lock out everybody underneath. They can't get out to mingle with the. That's what it feels like here.
Ballast. Okay, the captain laid out more of the rules.
Quarantine requirements are that you wear a mask when going out of your cabins, most of all to avoid congregating in big groups, and to keep a safe distance of 1 meter from another guest when talking to them.
There you go. That's fine. So now that's the people
Yeah,
that
so
are
quit your
inside. The people on the
complaining.
outside that have the nicer suites, they don't have to wear the masks, right?
Yeah, they're the rich people. They have servants to wear them for them.
Oh my! They're serious. I remember when I was on board, and they did this thing where they do a man overboard drill, and they announce
Wow.
it's happening. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Don't try to hide in your cabins. They say that because a lot of people are like, I'm not going up there for that stupid
Yeah.
thing. And they sit there, and then they come around and knock on, open your door to make sure that you are out and up
Wow.
on top of the deck for the man overboard.
Is
thing.
that reassuring? Did
Not
you
man
mo-
overboard. What was it? Oh, it was life preservers and life vests. We all had to practice putting it on. Nobody wanted to be there.
Wow, really? I
Oh
would
yeah,
think
everybody has to, and they come in, check your
Well,
cabin,
yeah.
make sure you're out.
after those people died in that wreck when it went aground, I suppose when you're saying man overboard, you probably volunteered. I'll be the man overboard. Okay,
I'm
And they
telling you,
swan dive off
8
the
days
ship.
in, I wanted to. I was so done with that thing. Oh my God! And welcome to you are now a member of Norwegian family. We want to welcome you, and you are now part of our family. I don't want to be part of this family. I don't want to be part of this family.
Not with that accent.
It was all over the place. There's lots of
Okay.
different types of people, Tom. I was trying not to. I didn't know.
I get-
I
yeah.
forgot what accent I'm not allowed to
It
do.
was sort of an Esperanto.
What accent? Yeah, there's certain accents. Oh, you can't do that. I do a drop dead Shama Sawan. Can I do it on the air? Oh no! Not do Shama Sawan.
Only if you drop dead.
I do it.
Okay.
They need this show. All right. Coming up.
Was that informing, explaining, or entertaining?
Yeah, we're gonna deep tease before we
Deep
show
tease,
retreats.
okay.
Okay. So talking about the fact that monkeys, if you see what monkeys do, you have a better appreciation for what's happening in your house.
Huh?
No surprise there.
All right, fine. Plus, a millionaire has invented that homeless people should sleep in these things. Do we have sound of him getting in it?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. Tracy Taylor, what do you got?
A lot of flooding and a lot of closures. 240th between 27th Southeast and 35th at Southeast and Bothell is closed. We still have Issaquah Hobart Road closed between Tiger Mountain and May Valley Road. Hearing that Cedar Grove Road and the Maple Valley Highway is still shut down. Nile Ave Northeast at May Valley Road is still closed according to Renton PD. We're also